Alright, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here, and welcome to how to mine your own Bitcoin and altcoins. And I made a video a while back on nicehash, which is a miner in which you are paid out entirely in Bitcoin. And so I want to talk about the difference between minergate, which we'll be talking about mostly today, and nicehash. So I did make those videos. It will be in the description below if you would like to check nicehash out. But for the most part, this is what you get with nicehash. I've been paid out multiple times with nicehash, and so far I'm back up to $20.98 with nicehash. And so let's take a look here. So I have my CPU, my graphics cards all set up here, and you can see all the different algorithms that your GPU can crunch. And so what do these mean basically? Well, equihash is basically Zcash and Bitcoin Gold, which uses the equihash method to actually pretty much crunch out the coins. For example, Kryptonite will create Monero, and Lyra 2, I believe, is Vertcoin. So basically, about half the people that are going to nicehash are actually buying hashing power. So they're there in a sense of in a market to buy hashing power. They want to buy a bunch of coins, but they don't have the hashing power themselves to essentially create them. So they go on there and they pay nicehash a fee, and they will receive coins in return. And so the people that are actually making those coins would be myself, you and I, that sort of thing, if you have a good computer to do that. However, the people that are buying the hashing power are getting those particular coins directly. However, you're only getting paid out entirely in Bitcoin, which is a good thing because Bitcoin is really good. But let's say you don't want Bitcoin, you want to mine a different coin yourself, and you want an easy way to do it. Well, minergate is a pretty easy way to do that. So what you'd go to minergate.com, you go to the downloads, and then you go ahead and you get yourself the latest version here. You either get your 64-bit or you get your 32-bit, depending on your operating system. Hopefully you have that 64-bit because I do believe it runs a little bit faster. So then you're going to get minergate right here. And so you have this view list of all the coins that you can see here. And you can actually bring up more. I have some unselected at the moment. But for example, XMR is Monero, and so you can actually start mining away with your CPU. This section here is your CPU, and as you can see, I have 12 cores. This is actually a little bit wrong here. I have a 6-core processor, and when you have processors nowadays have hyper-threading, so that means they essentially have double the threads that they have cores. So I have 12 threads. So if you have a quad-core processor, likely you will have 8 threads on it. So now something to keep in mind is that when you want to GPU and CPU mine, you should never use all of the threads of your processor. So if I use all 12 and then I want to start, let's say, GPU mining Zcash here, which Zcash and Bitcoin Gold use the equihash method, which are really good for using a GPU to mine. So if I want to use all of my threads here on Monero and then start mining Zcash, the problem is that I'm gonna see a big decrease in how much I can actually mine in Zcash because I'm using all of my threads. So what you want to do is just scale it down to 11, or if you have a 8-thread processor, just bring it down to 7. Just essentially just skip it down one, and then your computer will run a lot better because your computer needs at least one thread to pretty much watch over your graphics cards, to run your graphics cards essentially. So if you use all of your processor and you're trying to mine at the same time, likely you're going to see a big decrease in your mining capability. So if you hit start mining, it will actually start mining Monero. I'm not going to do that on camera, unfortunately, because it actually slows down the mining quite a bit, and it might freeze up a little bit because when you're recording, it takes quite a bit of your computer's processing power to actually make a video, surprisingly. And then you can actually set up your GPUs here too. So I have 2 GTX 980s, and I can set them all the way up to full hashing power. And you can choose which one you like best. Maybe if your computer's lagging a little bit, just to scale it back a little bit here. You will likely not see 2 of these unless you have 2 graphics cards. If you have more graphics cards, you will see more of those. So there is that. So now you might be thinking here, well, how do I get my coins? So what you want to do is you want to go back to minergate.com, and where you downloaded it, just go over to dashboard here. So you click on dashboard, and you can see how much Monero you have been mining, or Zcash, and you can open up all of these depending on what coin you want to mine from this. So as you're mining Monero, you will actually see eventually, it takes a couple minutes, a little bit of a delay, but you'll see a couple minutes here, your hashing power start to kick in. Once I actually click on Monero and start mining it, it will start showing my hashing power here. And this is all the other people's hashing powers and stuff. A lot of things you don't really need to know. And so eventually you're going to have some coin here. So I have a total mined, and it's also unconfirmed. So you need to be mining for it to confirm with minergate. So if you're mining for several hours, then eventually this will confirm and it will show up here. And then what you can do is withdraw it to a different wallet if you would like. So I need to mine at least 1/10 of a Monero to send this out from minergate, but that's not unusual. A lot of pools and things like that do that. Will hold your coin until you mine a specific amount, and the reason is because it takes a lot of network bandwidth to actually just send individual little tiny amounts, and there's actually fees for that as well. So it's best just to wait a little bit until you have a good amount of Monero, and then you send it out. So there's that. When you actually find more, when you actually have more Monero, you'll be able to send it out. Let me find a different coin here so I can show you a little bit better. So I mined a little bit of Aeon coin a little bit ago. And when you go to withdraw, you can send it how much you want to send and the wallet address of the Aeon coin that you want to send it to. So there's all that. But one interesting thing about minergate is that they have they're sort of partnered up with Changelly, and so what you do is you just click on here, and you can essentially change your coin to whatever coin you want. So if you had one Monero, you could actually just change it to Bitcoin. Change it to Bitcoin, and that's how much Bitcoin you're going to get. Of course, there's a little bit of a fee for the change, but that's the same thing with Shapeshift and various other exchanges. That is. So when you go to exchange, it'll ask you basically for your addresses. It'll ask you what Bitcoin address you want to send it to. So when I send my Bitcoin out from minergate, I send it to GDAX, to my GDAX, and then I'm able to actually trade it. And if you don't know what GDAX and Coinbase is, that's where you can buy and exchange, sell Bitcoin, and etc. And I also have videos on that as well if you would like to check my channel. So minergate is pretty interesting in the fact that you can mine all these different altcoins. So let's check out some of these altcoins. So we have Bitcoin Gold. Bitcoin Gold just came out a little bit ago, and it uses the equihash method, so it can be mined fairly easily with graphics cards. Ethereum is a really big name. I think it's the second highest market cap coin in the world. It might be third, somewhere around there, but it is huge. And then there's Ethereum Classic, which was a fork of Ethereum a while back. It's not worth nearly as much, but if you get yourself quite a bit of Ethereum Classic, it's worth money just the same. And then there's Bitcoin. You cannot mine Bitcoin directly with minergate, because if we look at the program here, there's actually no BTC. So what you have to do is you have to essentially join another pool, and it's not going to show them at the moment, I don't believe. So yeah, you can actually type in the pool URL and add yourself your own pool and mine a few other things like Bitcoin. However, mining Bitcoin by itself without an ASIC miner, so without a very expensive $2,000, $3,000 ASIC miner, Bitcoin mining itself is just not worth it. Now, you might be thinking, well, didn't you just say that nicehash pays you out in Bitcoin? Yes. However, people are buying hashing power from nicehash for altcoins, and then nicehash themselves pay you in Bitcoin. So it's actually a pretty good deal in that sense. So your computer will automatically switch to whoever is essentially paying the most at the time, and then you'll receive that in Bitcoin. So that's pretty nice. So nicehash is really good if you just want Bitcoin. If you just want to make it easy, you want to press one button essentially. Once you get it all set up, of course. Well, you just want to press one button. You want to get it going. You want to get Bitcoin. You want it to send it to a wallet. Easy peasy. That's nicehash. If you want some altcoins, that's going to be minergate. So you can also join a minergate pool for Litecoin as well. Litecoin is not directly on the minergate program. The minergate program itself is mostly for just altcoins, essentially. Or rather, more obscure altcoins, because I suppose you could consider Litecoin an altcoin. Anything that isn't Bitcoin is an altcoin. But then there's some more obscure altcoins like Phantom Coin, Quasar Coin, that sort of thing. So you can mine Bitcoin, Bytecoin, which is worth very, very little, but you mine them pretty fast. And then there's Phantom Coin, Quasar Coin, Digital Note, Monteverde, Dash Coin, and Infinium 8. Now, some things I would like for you guys to keep in mind is, let's open, excuse me, didn't really want to do that. We want to open a couple of these and just show you how things work. So some of these have sell with Changelly, and some of them do not. So if you're mining Aeon Coin, unfortunately, it's sort of hard to sell Aeon Coin. Most exchanges do not have Aeon Coin on it. And Shapeshift does not have Aeon Coin. Changelly does not have Aeon Coin. So it's actually sort of hard to get rid of Aeon Coin. As you can see, it says trade on, and they have an exchange here. I can't remember what this is actually called. Hitbit Coin. So you can change your Aeon to Bitcoin on this exchange. However, I don't personally use this exchange. Mostly I use GDAX, and GDAX only has Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin on it. So what I like to do is mine a coin that you can sell on Changelly, as I just showed you, change it to Bitcoin, have that Bitcoin be sent to GDAX, where then I can trade it and sell it very easily. So that's something to watch out for as well. If the coin doesn't have a sell on Changelly, I kind of avoid it. I did mine a little bit of Aeon Coin. It is kind of fun to mine Aeon Coin because you get it very quick, but it is a little hard to get rid of. Now, another thing is you'll see this PPLNS fee and a PPS fee on some of these coins, not all of them. So what this is doing, if you have it to set the PPS, you have a 1.5% fee. However, when you're mining with PPS, you'll be able to actually watch your coins coming in. They'll trickle in slowly, and you'll be able to watch how many coins you're getting. Excuse me. I have this Polar Pop here. A little bit too much carbonation. So, so you can essentially go to the store, or go to sleep, wake up, or do chores, or this, that, or the other thing. Come back to your computer, take a look at Monero that you're mining, and actually see how much it's increasing. Right? You can tell, oh, I had 1.4, now I have 1.5. So you can watch it. However, PPLNS has a smaller fee, but your balance will not be confirmed, will not increase until the block is confirmed. So that means that these users, this pool of 65,000 miners, have to confirm several blocks. They have to actually find several blocks in which when Monero is found and completed, it goes out to everybody. Everybody in this pool will receive a little bit of Monero every time they actually complete a block. And then all that Monero is spread out to all these users. And so these fees work a little differently. Again, the PPLNS, you won't actually see your balance increase until a block is confirmed. Over time, you will receive a little bit more money with PPLNS, but I like PPS because I'd like to see how much coin I'm mining. I like to see it coming in, and I think that's worth a 0.5% fee. You can click on this little question mark, and it will show you a much more in-detailed model of the PPS and PPLNS payments. So it definitely shows you, or tells you, a bit of an example, a bit better than I am probably telling you now. So if you want to read that, just head to minergate and click on that little question mark there, or just pause the video, I suppose. And it will tell you the difference between PPLNS and PPS. So PPLNS is sort of a luck-based situation. You get this fluctuating amount over time. But over time, you end up making more. So sometimes you'll get a little bit less than you should have. Sometimes you'll get a little bit more than you should have with that. However, PPNS is a straight up pay per share. If your computer's really fast, you're going to make more. If your computer's really slow, you're going to make less, kind of thing. So there's that. It's a good read. Check it on out. So there's the big difference between minergate and nicehash miner. Nicehash miner, I feel, is much, much easier, and it's just, I think it might, in general, for me, it's been more profitable. However, if you're looking to go out and get a specific coin, you want to just mine up as much Monero as possible, or Zcash, so that you can sell it later at a higher price, that could be a better option than Bitcoin, or excuse me, than nicehash miner getting Bitcoin. However, Bitcoin, it's really nice to just know how much you're getting per day when you're mining. Normally this would say about $4 or so when I'm mining. I'm not going to mine again on camera because it uses too much resources to record a video, and it ends up mining a lot less anyway. However, I did that in a few videos back on my nicehash, so I will put my nicehash miner video in the description below. So this is not the only two ways that you can mine cryptocurrency. There are other ways in which you would actually download a small crypto program, and then you actually set up a bat file, and you'll connect to servers, and it's a much more basic way. You're not actually going to get this interface. You're not going to get this. You're essentially just going to get this. This right here, which comes along with nicehash when you open it. You don't actually have to worry about this. You can just minimize that and then start mining. So there are other ways to mine. They are more complicated for the casual user, if you will. These are probably the two least complicated miners in existence. And if you guys would like me to go over individual miners, I will make videos of that if, you know, if there's the demand for that. Like, for example, Vertcoin, you just download a miner. You can download individual miners for Monero and Zcash, so you don't actually have to use minergate at all. But again, minergate's just so much easier for the casual user. If you do feel you're a little bit more advanced, go ahead and get yourself the standalone miner. But for the most part, that is pretty much it. You can do a little bit of cloud mining with minergate. However, I do not recommend cloud mining. I feel it's a legal Ponzi scheme, cloud mining. Now you might think, well, didn't you just say that with nicehash? But nicehash is a little bit different. Nicehash, people go on there and they bid for hashing power, and then they pay that price for that hashing power. Whereas cloud mining is essentially a corporate system where they're going to say, you give us $100, we give you this much hashing power. You give us $500, we give you this much hashing power, right? So whereas nicehash is, people are going on there and it's a free market. They can put, I want this much hashing power for this price. Is it going to sell? Are they going to get that hashing power? They might not. They might have put too low of a price. So there's a difference. There's a big difference between cloud mining, where it's a set price and everybody's going to get the same amount of hashing power per money they put into it, which makes no sense. And then there's the difference between a market where people are going on and saying, hey, I'll pay this much for this much hashing power. And it's the market's choice to answer that call or not. Huge difference. So I don't recommend cloud mining. I don't recommend Genesis mining and things like that. Just not a very good idea. So again, you just go to the dashboard here and you can check out all of how much you're mining. You can also do the same thing sort of with nicehash. So what you do is you just click on view stats online. It's actually going to bring up this page right here that I've already got. It's, if you just click on it, it just brings this right up. And you can see how much you're getting paid with nicehash. Now this says $2.35 a day. My computer mines probably twice, a little over twice that probably, usually. Right now I'm not mining at all, so this page here is a little behind. So once you actually start mining, you want to give it about 10 or 15 minutes. Now it's mining right away, but this page itself is a little bit slow. And you can see my next payout amount is estimated to be $121 on the 22nd of December. I might get that a little bit sooner. I would imagine I get that a little bit sooner, just not mining at the moment. So my monthly income is considered about $139 with my computer, and my daily income is about $4.66. So yeah, again, just about double that. So that's fairly accurate. Somehow it's inaccurate, but it's fairly accurate at the same time. Only just inaccurate by double. So there are the two ways to mine most easy. The most casual way to mine, if you will, with cryptocurrency is nicehash miner and minergate. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on this subject, suggestions, questions for future videos, or you want to tell me off, or tell me to jump off a cliff, or tell me that you love me, either way, put it down in the comments below. I always check my comments every day, and I try to respond to everybody, as long as you have not too trollish of a question. If it's a troll question, I'll probably just toss it out. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as usual, I will see you guys next time.